guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Second down, Fitzpatrick. Complete to Amaro on the right side. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Off the draw from Fitzpatrick, it's Forte. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Matt Forte with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by a Matt Forte touchdown run. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Again, it's Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's Brad Wing now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Fitzpatrick now on second down. Surveying the field. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Couple of Jets there in on the stop.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
He'll drop to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
This play is under review.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And some room to work. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught left side, Bennett. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely we'll kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. That time, a 6-play drive. And Lamar Miller caps it off with a touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans defense heading back out now, ready to get their cracks again. And they're just trying to keep him out of the end zone. Obviously, a field goal does no good in this situation. So what's the appropriate amount of pressure defensively, Charles?
I think you send a little more pressure than what is normal. If you normally want to send a 3-man rush, maybe you make it 4. If it's 4, maybe you make it 5. Anything to make sure that he can't just sit back there all day and find a target. And then you tell your secondary, play your normal coverage, and maybe an extra step or 2 back.
And be careful that nothing goes over the top. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Back to throw. Drops it underneath to Forte. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. He'll look to throw. A dump off to Forte. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. That one complete to Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's back to throw. And Anderson's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards for number 11. Now Fitzpatrick. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. And he may want to track